Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson, and today I have a reorganizing and repotting video for you with regards to my beautiful Hoya australis that I've shown you in another video when I was staking it up. It's doing really well, but I decided to move it out into our hallway because I needed more space for other plants in the indoor terrace garden. So it's just outside the door to the indoor terrace garden, that's all. And it is exactly opposite our bathroom door. So when we go in and out of the bathroom and when we come in from the main door and everywhere else, this plant actually has a wonderful focal point where we see it from everywhere. It has grown really well. It's nearly at the top of this 3-meter high stake. It's thin and the leaves are starting to come out now further up. But down here at the bottom, this is where it's mostly bushy and this is where it's beautiful. Now, around the bottom inside, I planted some beautiful peperomia quito. This beautiful red peperomia, but it hasn't worked out. I was a bit too rough with it, I found out, by splitting it up like I did. So I have one piece here that still seems to be doing very well and still seems very viable. So that beautiful piece, I'm just going to take out and put into another pot and keep it on its own again and let it flush out. So that's beautiful, but it didn't work as an underplanting for this plant because I split it and it just wasn't ready for that. So this one is doing okay, keep that. Now, I have a little piece here at the front, but this, no. This is just, well, yeah, all the leaves just fell apart. It's just fallen apart. That's no good. So basically, I only have one little piece of that peperomia quito left. So I'll put that in a little pot and I'll saviour it now because it's a lovely plant. And it really did look nice with the red around here. But I should have just got a few pots that were already established and put them in and they would be fine. Because this one here is absolutely fine still because it's still got most of the root ball. So it's nothing to do with it being planted in this pot or in this position. It would be fine if I hadn't cut it up. So that just shows that you can't win it every time. Sometimes you make mistakes and I wanted to show that because not everything's perfect. Not all your designs are going to be perfect. Not all your plants are going to be perfect all the time. They're living things. Things happen all the time despite our best interests. So I want to start again here. And before I do anything else, I just want to cut some of the lower lying leaves of this Hoya australis that are stuck in the soil and turning yellow because of that. That's not good for the plant. So I have a couple of leaves here that have turned yellow and browning because they're close to the soil and those leaves aren't needed anyway. So just take those away. So I just prune those away for now and make sure that everything's tidy and neat at the bottom before I start planting anything new inside. Just one more yellow leaf I found at the back. That was just 3 leaves that were yellow and everything else is fine. So that's a really good ratio. And the rest is just looking wonderful. And we have spotlights here in our hallway. So when the lights are on, it does get some nice bright light in here so it can photosynthesize okay. Now, in the bottom, I had this beautiful milky quartz crystal that has been varnished and smoothed out, sitting in the bottom, giving a pop of colour, and it looked really beautiful. And now, because of that colouring, I've decided to plant some plants around the bottom that have white and green in their leaves. So a marbly effect and a lovely variegation that will contrast to the deep, dark green colour of this beautiful Hoya australis. So, the plants that I'm talking about that I want to put around the bottom now are these beautiful Epipremnum aureum Manjula. They've got lovely big leaves on them. They've got this lovely marbling effect. They've got this lovely wavy leaves that are completely different contrast to the Hoya australis. And they are variegated and the white will reflect the light around the base of the taller thriller plant, and these will become a lovely bushy plant around the bottom and become a spiller at the same time. So these 2 pots, I'm just going to split up the different vines that have been put in here together, the little cuttings, and place them around in the bottom of this pot, and I'm sure they're going to take off in no time. So let's basically get on with revamping the bottom of this pot. So just get this plant out of the main pot. Whoops. And there's a cutting already falling out the side here. Look. Oh, there's a cutting. It's just perfect. It just came out of the pot just like that easy, with lovely big roots ready to go in. And I'll just go around here and do that with all of them. They're all really great. Look at the roots on this. Absolutely beautiful. So now they're split up, I can put them straight in. I want these ones with these beautiful big leaves at the front. I just want to see those big leaves straight away. So dig a hole and push it in. There we go. First one already in. And it looks wonderful. Another one with really nice leaves. This one's got a lot of white variegation and then a leaf with a lovely green and white variegation. I'll just pop that in here next to this other one. In it goes. Soil around, push it down a little bit, and then I'm sure it's going to take off fine on its own, because this time I'm not disturbing the roots. So another piece here that I can just push in at the back here. Look at the roots on this piece. Beautiful, lovely. So that is ready to go in and bind over the edge straight away, I can see. So in like that, roots into the hole, push it down a little bit, cover it up with a bit of soil, and that will be ready to just take off itself and do the rest. And I have space for, oh, I have one little yellow leaf here, so I can move that on the Hoya australis. Remove that, it's a bit yellow. So another little lovely piece here, lovely marbling on that piece. That can go in here, and that's it. So now I need to get over to the other side and work on there. I had a little one here that I actually want to put at the back of the others here. There's a space to make sure that I get a good bushing out effect. So I'm just going to put that in there. I need to take the rest out of the other pot here. The good thing about them is their roots are not root bound. They're not tied together too much. They are actually just crumbling out of this soil, like easily from each other, like this. So no problem for me to be able to put them in here straight away to look beautiful. So another nice big one here. There you go. In soil, compact it down a bit. Next one with lovely big leaves right here. In soil, roots under with the roots, soil around, compact it a little bit, and that will be ready to do the rest itself. I can see there's a big root sticking up over here, so get that down in. And another nice looking one here. Got space for that here. Just make the space first, because this time I've got the australis in the way a little bit. Root straight down into the hole. Soil. And there we go. That's really looking lovely already. Another one here. I've got another yellow leaf on the australis here I can take off. Too close to the soil. Take that off. And make a little space here. Another one to put around the back here, just to give some balance. I don't want too many here, because I'm not going to be turning this plant around. It's staked up. I mean, top of the pot is going to be staked up against the wall if the plant grows, so I won't be turning it around. But I do want a little bit of that variegation popping up out the back, so I've done that too. But mostly I just want to concentrate at the front. It's very nice. And The last one, I'm going to put the back at the front here where there's a nice big gap and too much soil. So, get that in there to fill out that. Now that just looks like an absolutely wonderful combination. And the soil I have from the pot, you can't see it right now, I'm just going to put it into this pot that I have in my hand. I have a load of good soil from those plants, enough to fill up a whole pot. And you know what I'm going to put in here? Yes, you guessed it. I'm going to put that beautiful little Epipremnum Quito in the middle and let that start off again as a plant in its own pot again. So I still have a little example of this plant that didn't work the way it was, but this plant is still very happy. So look at this. So I still have a lovely example of this Epipremnum Quito. Just needs a little bit of water and it will puff up again and should be fine. But now I'm thinking I still want to put this lovely shiny polished piece of milky quartz at the bottom of this pot to give some lovely beautiful energy to these new plants now and help them flush out and bush out and be beautiful at the bottom of this Hoya australis. And I'm going to put it where I can see it, which is there. So every time we walk past, we'll see that crystal and it will make me really happy. But look at this, already transformed something that didn't work into something else, and it looks wonderful. So now I'm ready to give you a closer look. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the beautiful combination of these plants together. They look absolutely wonderful in this pot. I love the contrast of the two textures of the leaves and the different colours and the variegation that's going on now, and how the white accentuates the dark area around the bottom because it's low down and reflects out the light, and together with my milky quartz crystal in there, and then I get this flush of beautiful Hoya australis going all the way up to my ceiling, and these beautiful Epipremnum aureum Manjula will start to bush out with time and start trailing over the edge, and it's going to look absolutely wonderful. So thank you very much once again for watching Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be uploaded, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.